In today's hustle culture, the ancient Chinese concept of Wu Wei offers an alternative to help you find balance and achieve more with less effort. Originating over 2,000 years ago from Taoism and Confucianism, Wu Wei is not just an idea, it's a life-changing philosophy. What follows is a journey to understand this way of effortless action, the key ideas and the powerful ways in which you can bring the wisdom of Wu Wei into your life. So sit back, relax, and let's glide in. Wu Wei is one of Taoism's most important concepts, which is often translated as non-doing or non-action. But this literal translation conveys a false sense of laziness. Wu Wei is not about doing nothing, rather, it's about doing things with less effort. But what does that mean? It means letting things happen, not forcing them to happen. It means to let go of certain expectations, certain outcomes, to stop acting against the natural current of life. The ancient Chinese story of the man and the river illustrates the wisdom of going with the flow. Once upon a time, a man fell into a river. The river was flowing rapidly towards a large waterfall, some way in the distance. The local villagers who saw the accident were sure that the man would not survive. But after some time, the man emerged alive and unscathed. There was not a single mark on his body. The villagers were amazed and asked him, "How did you survive?" He smiled and said, "I survived because I surrendered myself to the river. Rather than swimming against the flow, I let myself go with the flow. The flow of the river pushed me to a safe place all by itself." This story is a metaphor and teaches us how to survive during a crisis. Life is very much similar to the flow of the river. It drags us to unexpected and unfamiliar circumstances. The point is to let ourselves go with the flow rather than trying to resist. What you resist persists. In our culture, the benefit of not trying too hard, of going with the flow, or being in the zone, has long been appreciated by artists. The jazz great, Charlie Parker, is said to have advised aspiring musicians, "Music is your own experience, your own thoughts, your wisdom, just let go." The importance of being in the zone is perhaps nowhere more appreciated than in professional sports, where the competitive edge provided by complete absorption is the stuff of myth. Joe Dumars, a former NBA All-Star guard, puts it like this: "It's like an out-of-body experience, like you're watching yourself. You almost feel like you don't even see the defense. Every move you make you feel, God, that guy is slow. You're going by people. You don't even hear the regular noise you hear. It's muffled. You go to practice the next day, and you say, God, why can't I do that every night?" Guys have wanted to bottle that feeling. Often we are told the more effort we put in, the more we get out of something. But everyday experience suggests that this is simply not true. For instance, when you want to fall asleep quickly, you'll only stir up restlessness. The harder you try, the more you roll around in bed. Or maybe you've noticed that fighting your anxiety actually increases anxiety. You'll get anxious about being anxious. Embracing Wu Wei is to be in harmony with nature. When you stop trying to fall asleep, you finally drift off. Likewise, when you can acknowledge and sit with your anxiety, it loses its grip on you. People in Wu Wei feel as if they are doing nothing, while at the same time they might be creating a brilliant work of art, smoothly negotiating a complex social situation, or even bringing the entire world into harmonious order. This state of harmony is both complex and holistic, involving as it does the integration of the body, the emotions, and the mind. Wu Wei is beautifully demonstrated in the woodcarver story, as told by the ancient Taoist philosopher Chuang-Tzu. Hing was a master woodcarver and made a bell stand from precious wood. When it was finished, all who saw it were astounded. They said it must be the work of magical spirits. The king of the province said to the master carver, "What is your secret?" Hing replied, "I am only a workman. I have no secret. There is only this. When I began to think about the work you commanded, I guarded my soul, did not expend it on trifles that were not to the point. I fasted in order to set my heart at rest. After 3 days fasting, I had forgotten gain and success, and after 5 days, I had forgotten praise or criticism. After 7 days, I had forgotten my body with all its limbs. By this time, all thought of Your Highness and of the court had faded away. All that might distract me from the work had vanished. I was focused on the single thought of the bell stand. Then I went to the forest to see the trees in their own natural state. When the right tree appeared before my eyes, the bell stand also appeared in it, clearly, beyond doubt. All I had to do was to put forth my hand and begin. If I had not met this particular tree, there would have been no bell stand at all. So what happened? My own collected thought encountered the hidden potential in the wood, and from this live encounter came the work to which you now ascribe to the magical spirits. Wu Wei is harmonious action, but it often looks like inaction because it's not what we expect. Instead of the dominating forceful way of ego, Wu Wei is an action of consciousness in union with Tao. Sometimes it means waiting for the right moment, sometimes acting spontaneously, intuitively. As Thomas Merton, the Trappist monk, once explained, Wu Wei is not a violent manipulation of exterior reality and attack on the outside world, bending it to our conquering will, but action in harmony with the hidden power that drives the planet and the cosmos. Wu Wei transcends the immature patterns of willful selfishness that so often divide our world and violate the natural order. Following Wu Wei, we cooperate with nature to restore harmony. Plan what is difficult where it is easy. Do what is great where it is minute. The hardest things in the world begin with what is easy. The greatest things in the world begin with what is minute. Taoists were early proponents of prevention. If you take action when a problem is small and easy, you will need to do much less. If, however, you wait until things become complex, the task will be much more difficult to accomplish. As the problem grows larger, the resolution takes more effort. Imagine a logger who directs logs down the stream to the mill. If he stands at the bottom of the stream, too many logs will come at once to direct them smoothly. All the logs will jam up together. But if the logger walks upstream, he can smoothly and easily direct each log downstream so that the flow is steady and uninterrupted. Wu Wei suggests that there's an optimal way to accomplish things that doesn't involve undue struggle or forced effort. An artist practicing Wu Wei would let creativity flow naturally, unconstrained by the anxiety of influence or the strain of expectation. Today, the concept of Wu Wei has found itself in aspects of Eastern and Western thought, and even integrated into modern psychology. The idea of flow states, popularized by sports psychologists, shares considerable overlap with Wu Wei. Both propose an optimal state of engagement characterized by effortlessness and total absorption in the task at hand. Regardless of how many advances we make, we can never win against the forces of the universe. The only way to prosper in this experience is to surrender ourselves to the wisdom of nature. Let nature be our guide. It will direct us to a safe and secure place. To allow our lives to ebb and flow in response to the immutable laws of the universe is the only way to live.